Welcome to episode number 10 of Galan Lithium Limited. My name is JP Vargas de la Vega. I'm the managing director of Galan Lithium, also the company founder. And here we are in 2026. I'm with Ross Dinsdale, our CFO. Number 10. So, tell us, Ross, why we're here today.
JP, we're here to discuss the quarterly, and obviously we finished last year somewhat on a high. A lot had been accomplished throughout the year, and pleasingly, and we'll talk more a bit about this in a minute, but pleasingly that the market has really been supportive whilst we've been on break. So we come back to a strong market, and that gives us a few opportunities as we look ahead, but we're very much focused on the execution. So I might start in our quarterly review by just reflecting on our financial position. So we finished 31 December 2025 with around about 15 million Australian in the bank. So it's a healthy position. We have no debt on balance sheet. We have an undrawn prepayment facility from Orthium. That in total will be $6 million. So we've got additional funding liquidity as we look ahead to the completion of construction activities. It's probably a nice segue for me to ask you just how we're going with those construction activities.
Yeah, no, all going well. We have put a couple of updates in the last quarter. We shown a few pictures. As a matter of fact, I'm going next week back to South America to wait for the shipment of Orthium's plant and take it to site, install it, and get ready for production. So the whole team is ready. It's very excited. I think that we have pretty much everything in place. We finished all the ponds as well, so the construction of ponds for 4,000 tons is pretty much ready. We have done all the installations, so the concrete pad for the nanofiltration plant, tanks and electricals, and everything is pretty much ready to welcome the new plant.
And if I could just expand on that question. So sounds like we're just around the corner from completing what we had set out to do, which was the 4,000 tonne per annum operation. What about the potential to expand, JP?
Yeah, we have said on the previous announcement before the quarterly that we are investigating the expansion within phase one. We have got, if you see the pictures, you can see clearly that the liners don't completely fill the ponds. So there is some capital already sank in there that we can actually look into finalizing this last leg of work for expansion. It should be a lot less than just doing the whole thing as if there was nothing, because earthworks is the most expensive part of things. We are doing the study, we are doing the estimation, but our focus today is to get online, get that first ton, and look, the market has turned for the better as we were expecting. We mentioned this many times through our podcast that the market it cannot be at the levels that they were before. And we continue to doing our bit production and assessing what we can do next to complete our phase one. That is one of the things that we focused for, and I'm very pleased to see where we're at. And we're going to be a producer this year, which is a main thing, milestone for us.
I agree, and to the best of our knowledge, we are the only new source of lithium production coming to market in 2026, certainly on the ASX and perhaps other exchanges too. So it is a major point of difference, a proximity to production a mere 6 months away or so. It's a company-defining point in time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a moment of truth, and I think that we are ready and prepared for it. It's been 8 years in the making. And we've seen that not only the things that are coming from China, but we're also seeing some other world news coming up. So could you share your view on what you think about what's happening from the US?
Sure. I won't go into lithium market movements and the like, but what we have seen, I think, wouldn't have escaped anyone's attention. We're seeing this Western Hemisphere supply chain or value chain and the eastern value chain, and there's been a split between the two. And from our perspective, it's made sense to partner with Orthium. Orthium are orientating their business to the Western Hemisphere. What we've seen from, in particular, the US is a lot of money being allocated through the existing infrastructure, if you like, or policy banks of the US government, groups like Exim Bank, DFC, and Department of Energy, to really channel the interests of the US government into critical minerals. So in some respects, the traditional mandate that those groups had has been expanded to encompass critical minerals, and there's now a opportunity for those who are in the industry to access funding. So we think, looking ahead to latter phases of growth for the company, so we're not talking about phase one here, we're talking about phase two and beyond, there's a really compelling opportunity for this company to continue to be aligned with the Western Hemisphere's value chain and look for funding. And that might involve some participation with partners in downstream activities in the US, but the opportunity is for our upstream expansions at the mine gate to be funded through compelling financing packages. So it's something that we'll be focused on this year as we move through our phase two process. And, you know, I think the market just some months ago really wasn't the same as what it is today. So we've got a great opportunity to get in there and investigate these different financing opportunities.
Yeah, no, we've seen how the market has turned, and we have great backers now with Clean Elements, and we've seen that Galan has recovered a bit of ground. Our market cap is plus $400 million. We're coming into production. There are good things coming up for us, and I think that we get on the radar of many people, funds, and it's good to see where we at. And as you point out, we will be potentially the only ASX company in production in 2026.
Indeed. And look, one other point perhaps to tease out, JP, now quarterly there was a reference to Greenbushes South, and perhaps if you can just expand on the opportunity there and what work we have planned.
It's very relevant in terms of our exploration. However, our focus remains Argentina. Mm-hmm. But there's been a inflection point in the exploration side of things. We've been granted an area that is adjacent to Talison. We have never been able to get in there. Whilst the funds are modest at the moment because our efforts are in Argentina. We are going into this northern area. We're going to be doing the non-invasive geophysics and sampling, trying to determine targets. And then in the near future, if we get something compelling, we're going to go and drill it. So it's one step at a time there. But it's exciting to point out that this is the adjacent ground to Talison. And for such, it's the exploration potential and the capability of having success there, it remains very strong.
And what's special about Greenbushes relative to other hard rock
Greenbushes? Greenbushes is the biggest lithium mine in the world on hard rock with the highest grade. Mm-hmm. If you go into memory lane for lithium for our audience, in the past were pretty much three producers, and there were 60% was brine, which was Albemarle and SQM, and the other 40% was Greenbushes, and that was it. That was the full industry, and so the only mine at the time that could compete with SQM and Albemarle was Greenbushes because it's significantly high grade. Mm-hmm. Therefore, if we can find something there, that'll be a big tick from our end.
Okay, so potential to find some high grade mineralisation there with a bit of effort this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're here to get the best value we can, and now the market is on our side. We need to do this on a step-by-step, being a producer first, and keep an eye on Greenbushes. That to us, we're based in Perth. It doesn't stretch much of our resources to do so.
Yeah. Very good. JP, any closing remarks to wind up the quarterly review?
Well, we could be into a very exciting new quarter coming up. We're going to South America. Autumn is going to be there with his team to install the plant. So this is a big tick for us coming up. And I would like to say that by then, the plant will be up in operations, and 2026 is completely an exciting year for us. And my take is that the lithium price will remain strong. I'll be happy with this sort of pricing that we see around $20,000 a ton before VAT, so which is what you get paid. We believe that the 2027 will be the year for everything potentially going bonkers in lithium. And there's so many unknowns, but being a producer, getting to cash flow, it will definitely put us on the radar. And the team, it's all aligned, all ready to go, all excited in Argentina. I'm just very proud to be part of this.
Fantastic. Thanks, JP, and thank you to listeners.